keeping half a stream steady with a watchful stare. He's the sheriff for chat with a band hammer strong. If you're messing with the crew, you won't last long. He's grumpy on the water, casting lines out of water, dropping in on Call of Duty, taking high before a ride. Yeah, he's always got the W, no matter where he stands. A true legend of the community, the best mod in the land. Out there on his boat, with the sun shining bright, fishing pole steady, feels the tug and the fight. But when the night rolls in, head set on real tight, Grumpy's always winning every late night gunfight. He's grumpy on the water, casting lines out.
What's up, Wendy? How are you doing? See, I thought I'd show everybody the beard and I wouldn't be competing with anybody. It's pretty sexy. Ain't very long. And that's a month's growth for me. Most people, you know, would be having to go have it professionally trimmed and everything. Me, I can literally shave mine off with a razor. I am good. I hope you're well. And it's all gray. Look at that. A little bit of, I don't know, less gray right here and right here. But yeah, it's all gray. That is 1 month of growth. What's up, Nick Knack? Yeah, we're just sitting here making fun of my beard, or lack thereof. You know, the one thing I can say is I don't have gaps or holes in it, if that's important. It's no gaps or holes. Yeah, hope y'all are doing well. I just figured I'd go live early, show everybody. The granddaughter, my son actually got here as soon as we got home to pick her up, so I didn't have her today. I was going to show you something that you may know it. I didn't in Zombie Survival. It's pretty cool. I saw it the other day and I thought, man, I didn't know that. Do you know what the spores are for on Van Dorn Farm? You've seen the green glowing spores? Do you know what they're for? If you do, then I'm just way behind. If you don't, then I'm going to show you something really cool today. It's a cool way. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. We're a week away, but yeah, my wife bought a 20-pound turkey the other day, and it's currently in the outside refrigerator thawing out. So probably be 3 or 4 or 5 days for that to thaw out. You don't know, I'm going to show you. It's actually pretty cool. I had no idea, and then I watched something, and I saw the guy doing it, and I was like, I've got to try that. So I went and tried it before I decided to stream to see how it worked, and it's actually pretty cool. Also, you notice, look, a new pink jersey up there. My buddy bought me a Inter Miami Football Club jersey, so I had to hang that one up there. It's pretty cool. I enjoy the color pink, and it's my granddaughter's favorite color. So, yeah. So, have you tried? I have not tried Dead Ops Arcade. I keep meaning to try that. It's third person though, Nick Knack. I really suck at third person. I am awful at third person. But yeah, I went and had Thanksgiving lunch with my granddaughter yesterday at her school, the pre-K. That was pretty fun. We had a good time. Yeah, I've got 2 footy jerseys. I have to remember everything's reversed. Yeah. What's up, Space Dan? How you doing, buddy? Oh, I'm good. See, Space Dan, look at my beard, or lack thereof. It's barely enough for me to even pull, and this is a month's worth of growth. The only thing I can say is I think the gray looks pretty majestic. It's, you know, it's, I don't know. It shows my age, doesn't it? But yeah. So how's everything been going with y'all? I see you in stream, but I talked to Space Dan on his broadcast. Anybody's here and they don't subscribe to Space Dan, he's on Twitch and I believe Kick, just Space Dan Gaming. He plays all kinds of different games, pretty cool. Nick Knack, you should have been with us last night. We had like some good lobbies for like, I don't know, 30 minutes. And then all of a sudden, it was like we were in CDL tryouts. It's fun having a beard. It itches me to no end. I literally wash my face like 10 times a day because that's the only thing that makes it quit itching. I can't stand it. My wife loves it. It's like she comes in every day and she rubs it, and she'll put her face against my beard and she'll rub it. So that makes it worth it. It does. And this is the 1 month out of the year that she gets a beard. But yeah, I hadn't really been doing anything. Like I said, we played last night. I played with Hoppa and Vortex and TH. And the lobbies were really good for like 30 minutes. It was competitive, but not like hardcore sweats. And then all of a sudden it was like, hey, you can try out against Optic. I don't know, Nick Nack. I enjoy it. I think the end game's fun. It reminds me of MWZ. A little less, a lot more space for 20 teams to get lost. The boss fight was, bleh, I didn't really do anything. Zombies, I kind of enjoy zombies. I haven't tried the main quest yet. Nobody hadn't been anybody around to run it with. What's up, Frank? How are you, buddy? See, Frank, I'm showing off the beard. The gray, silver. I may change my name to the Silver Ghost. What do you think? The PC is back home now, so I'll test it tonight. Nice. Yeah, we'll have to play some. Like I said, we had a good time last night for a while, and the one thing about this game is nice. I did mouse and key. I'm bad enough on controller. If I tried to play mouse and key, it would be a laughable. Very laughable. What else is new? I still haven't got to go fishing again since the last time. My trailer hub will be in next Tuesday. So he says he's going to come fix it next Tuesday, and I'll be able to go fishing again. So when that comes up, then I'll take the mobile Starlink system out on the lake, and I'll stream from the lake, which should be pretty fun. So, shocked it. I don't know about even Barnes and Nobles. That may be too high class for this beard. Maybe the dollar store. What's up, Vortex? Vortex was with us last night. He could tell you, yeah, the lobbies were fun, and all of a sudden, give you a headache. Such a well-trimmed beard. It's not even trimmed, Frank. I don't have to do anything with it. This is literally a month's worth of growth. I just shave like right through here to keep it from expanding on down my neck. Yeah, I think so. Like I said, I haven't got to use my boat in a month because the trailer hub went out, and so when I bought my boat, I bought this really cool new trailer for it. It had like lifetime oil bath hubs that were supposed to be the latest and greatest thing. And so far I've replaced them 5 times. So they suck. So if you get ready to buy a boat, get just regular greased hubs where you have to put grease in them. I'm replacing all my hubs with grease hubs. It's pissing me off because I've been through 5 sets of hubs, and I'm on my 4th set of rims for it. And the rims aren't cheap. At first they were Mayhems, and I replaced the Mayhems because I got tired of them. I replaced them with axles. So one time when my hub went out, I had to replace the entire axle, one of the entire axles under the boat trailer, because the hubs were built into that, which is shit. That's dumber than hell. So what should have been a $200 fix wound up costing me almost $2,000. But I love my boat. I love fishing. So let's see. I did my presentation for Simple Grant Riding at the teacher event. That went good. I had one teacher in there that was trying to start a swim team at their school. One teacher that was in there trying to start a lacrosse team at their school and was looking for funding for that. Another teacher that was in there trying to she was a special needs classroom and she was looking for a sensory room, to put a sensory room in her classroom. So she was looking for funding for some of the equipment that goes in a sensory room. So it went good. I had like 13 people attending, which was good. There's 1,300 people in total, and there's like 100 classes an hour. So I just did one class, but it went good. I had one of the teachers that was in there email me asking for help on a project, so that was kind of dope. I actually looked at potentially going back to work if my back and stuff will allow, because it's a custodial position, which is great. Plus I can do more for my retirement that I get from the school. If I go back, I'll have to give up my retirement from that, but I can put more into it, which my wife would be happy, plus another paycheck coming in instead of just living off my investments. But yeah, so all that's new. What else is new? My granddaughter's not going to be here for Thanksgiving, which sucks. What's up, Miss Jeannie? How you doing, hon? Yeah, she's going to her other grandparents in Alabama, but we'll have her at Christmas. They'll be here for Christmas. So that'll be cool. My daughter, I talked to her today. They're coming in next Wednesday. So her and her husband, so that'll be cool. I'm deep frying the turkey again this year. I always deep fry turkey. Those are the best. I love deep fried turkey. So like I said, my wife bought a 20-pound turkey the other day. So now I got to make sure it's going to fit in the deep fryer. Should, but otherwise I'll have to buy a bigger deep fry pot. But be very careful when you deep fry them. Yeah, the presentation went awesome, Frank. I had to build a what do you call them things? A slideshow. I had to build a slideshow for it, which it had been probably 4 or 5 years since I'd made a slideshow. So it took me a little while to get back into the groove of that, but it actually went pretty good. Yeah, I was happy. I was pleased. An hour wasn't near long enough to be able to tell them everything they needed to know, but hopefully I hit the highlights that'll help them. And I gave them my name, number, email address, and everything, and told them if they had problems, they could call me or email me, and we'd work through them. Oh, we're all on great terms, but we have a really small family. But my daughter is, I guess my daughter is like me. She's very independent and very outspoken and opinionated on things, and so we often butt heads. Like today she called me and we were talking and she was telling me about work and some stuff, and my son called to tell me he was on his way to pick up my granddaughter. So I was like, baby doll, I'll call you back and let me get your brother in case there's an emergency. I didn't know because it's unusual for him to call me. And yeah, my daughter's like, oh, you'll never call me back. And so I told her I loved her, and we hung up. And so I did. I got off the phone with my son. I called my daughter back, and we talked for a little while. And I was like, well, I got to go pick up the granddaughter, so I will call you soon. And she was like, no, you won't. You don't ever call me. And I was like, I just called you today. And she was like, no, I called you. And I was like, I just literally called you back. So, family's important. There's issues with family, you know. Some of them are different. You should go, Vortex. Go and just fight the urge. Fight the urge. I've got a niece that drives me absolutely insane. She's wonderful, but her opinions are vastly different from mine. Let's just say she's 25 years old and she went to very liberal school. Minnie's walking around in here somewhere. I think Minnie's wanting to go out in a few minutes. But yeah, so her opinions on things political and social are vastly different from mine, and she is very quick to express her opinions, and I am very quick to rebut them. Minnie, come here. Yeah, Minnie's roaming around office. What's up, Warhawk? How are you today, bud? Warhawk, you might know. You played Van Dorn Farms, and I'm sure you've seen the little green glowing pods on the map. You know what they're for? If not, I'm going to show you. I'll show you. I hate to play on stream and take away from showing y'all my lovely beard again. But I was going to show everybody what the green things are for. They're really cool. It is really a cool thing. It is super cool what they're for. I figure if anybody knew, it'd be Warhawk, because he's like the 24-hour zombie man. They really need to do the finish the Easter egg on the big map for zombies. Come here, Mimi. Minnie is my all my cats are pretty laid back except for Minnie, and she's the killer. She brings us gifts every morning. She stays out at night and she brings us gifts every morning. There were 2 mice in the garage this morning, but that's a good thing. She keeps the house clear of rodents. All right, I'll show you. So let's see here. I'm gonna go in with the DS20 Mirage because I literally have nothing for it. The only levels I've went up have been in game. See, no camos. All the camos for zombies are unlocked. Tier 2 higher, dead wire. But I am taking in gobble gums because a Sour Patch commercial. I am taking in gobble gums, Burgaholic, Hidden Power, Wonder Bar, just because I want it to go fast. I'll show you how fast it is to level this stuff up. What's up, Basic? What's good, buddy? Yep. It really is pretty quick. I leveled up one gun full camos in 35 minutes. You can turn on the Rampage Inducer if you want to. Since I'm going to show y'all, I may not turn it on for just a little bit. One morning to a pigeon flapper. My cat had brought in the pigeon. My cat eats rabbits. She's caught rabbits. She's caught squirrels. And she just eats the heads off of them. It's weird as all get out. Weird. The mice, it's like she eats it. Was able to come pick it up. Dies. The cats are amazing. They are the coolest things to watch hunt.
Where you'll dwell for the rest of your miserable days.
Like I said, I'm gonna do this at the same time.
You're supposed to actually bite the bullet, you know.
And this gun reloads really slow.
That's right. Show me what you got. Fighting for a lost cause. That's something I know all about.
will say they did nurse the suppressor a little bit, but you don't need it. So the little green things I'm talking about are these things right here. So we come over here. We'll open the door. Turn on the power. One thing I will say, you need toxic growth. Come in these things right here.
Scourge, soft, purified, flame. It doesn't matter none. But if you need a label,
Spray it with the thing. It also attracts the zombies. See, it drops salvage. It will also drop tools for your guns. It will drop crystals. I've had purple crystals. There's a stem. And then they regrow.
I got business that needs tending to. But I'm sure my pets will keep y'all.
You just sit there and spray them. RNG sometimes won't drop shit. There's another one over here. Put that down over it, and sometimes it gives you better stuff. See, there's a mystery perch, the Akita, blue Akita. Now we got the Akita. See, if you put the toxic growth down on it, you can only do one at a time. So it lets you know when they're done. And it still works. There's 1,000 essence right there. Pack, and turn on the rampage reducer. Now we have 40 bullets, which sucks. disappear. More salvage. See, there's a packed crystal. So if you want to come in with no perks, no packs, no tools, it makes it super easy. Like I said, I've got purple tools. See Miss Jeannie. Calling all the turkeys. Love you, Miss Jeannie. You have a good night. I'm sure y'all see you around DG's or Bird Dog stream later tonight. But yeah, if you don't want to carry anything in with you and want to carry like salvage crystals and stuff, makes it super easy. Plus your money goes up wicked fast. So it makes leveling up your gun super easy. Like I said, I was lazy today. I wanted to show y'all that. So now maybe you know something. Oh, shit. That still works. See, so we're like round 10 and I've already got $12,000. This is the most annoying part. I hate this part. What's up, Newport? How are you doing, bud? I hate the wisp thing. fast. Beard progression, you like the Beard Newport? Yeah, it's majestically fast. Bear rounds, go pack 2. Have this. You know, if you take out the bear in 20 seconds or less, it gives you a calling card. Yeah, the aim assist Deadshot Daiquiri is crazy. I enjoy it. One more beard progression. Yeah, Newport. Isn't that embarrassing? But it is a majestic gray with silver, we've decided. Majestic. That's it. Look, I can barely pull it. Barely. It's embarrassing. This is a little better, but not much. Yeah, I know. I can't help it. I am follicularly challenged, I guess. I hate these things. You got money, so just let them fall into I didn't even turn on double XP, which I should have. Silver Fox, yeah. Thought about changing my name to Silver Fox. But yeah, you just keep hitting these things. It's a little tough, but the rampage will be strong. Actually got enough salvage to release the second gun we picked up. We picked up Pack 1 Crystal Threads. in the game. Close to being halfway. Extra point. Don't know why it's not giving me my things back. Let's see what it gives us on this level. Also, I'm not a huge fan of the Disciple. I like the Mangler better. So yeah, round 23, we've got almost 50 grand. I hate the dogs. You get some kind of calling card. I don't know if it showed it. You get a calling card, just like the cherry pick. That wisp thing, I hate that. Yeah, you get a calling card for killing the bear within 20 seconds of its spawning. So I've already got it. I don't know if it still pops up or not. But now you know what the sprayer's for. tons of salvage. They drop a really good spot. But I get really bored.
That's what I call pretty cool.
Could use it in the back. See all this salvage? Blue tool. Hit that. Simple one. There's a blue tool on this one. It's already blue, I forgot. Let's go pack a punch again, third time. How you doing, buddy? So now we can actually make the whatever that other gun was we picked up pretty legit. But yeah, these things I didn't know have any idea what they were for, but they drop some pretty cool stuff. Bear, that's awesome. Yeah, so if you want to level up guns really fast, this is definitely the way to do it. You're on a double X hour. You have a gun fully maxed out.
Stop airport, Captain.
I can show you another trick. So, if you save and quit right here, and then go back into Prestige and Prestige, when you come back into Zombies, it'll pick up the game and your weapon will have full attachments on it. just in the game, not overall.
Indicating waypoint.
I have no idea why that's up on the screen. Had a few. Did you file a support ticket, Scott? Yeah, Double XP event starts tomorrow at 1 p.m. So I'll probably wait till Prestige till that starts up because I'm running low on tokens. But yeah, see Warhawk, did you know about the spores? That's what those containers are for, to spray those and then they catch that shit. Yeah. I was looking to see where we've been in game for how long? 30 minutes, and we're at right at 800 critical kills in 30 minutes. We've got plenty of money, so you know what we're gonna do because the dog is up. Take it, dog. I wish Deadshot carried over to this. The only bad thing is you can only activate one at a time. It's 2 rounds. I should be running stems, but I'm not. Should be another bear around here. This next go around. Let's go buy some stems because I tend to get myself in trouble. Yeah, Deadshot Daiquiri does have a lot of that. Spamming the ADS trigger. Another good place is you can get right up here. Until I suck your walls open. Oh, I haven't opened the door. Really want to farm quick kills, you can come right up here. And they won't attack you from behind. They'll all come down here and jump off. And they'll come up. 1,000 kills, what, 5 minutes in? So I forget what else we had to do. Tier 2 higher. What was the, let's see, you had to give me a second. I had to go look. Let's see. Destructible waves. How many gallons list? Assault rifle cam with the DS-20. 10 kills without taking damage 10 times. 150 kills with 5 eliminations. With dead wire. Okay. Alright, so it's probably gonna give me a kill. Yeah, you can go up to this thing and it's super cool because you can farm the crit kills right here. And then if you need to get off, all you have to do is fall off. Hold on a second, I've got crap popping up. Alright. What's up, Hoppa? Look at the beard, Hoppa. We're thinking about changing the name to the Silver Fox. Look, I can't even hardly pull hairs. It's been a month and I can barely pull hairs out far enough away from my face. Isn't that embarrassing? I am follicularly challenged. What's up, Chucky? The zombie's goat. I don't know about all that. You still have prestige. You can see you just fall off here and we got it back. Bears will not let me alone. I hate them. Place to do it for sure. There we go, 10 without taking damage 10 times. Dead wire and 300 eliminations. Some more Millwall merch. Nice. Notice my pink football jersey over there. That is Inter Miami Football Club. My buddy got me a new jersey. He said it was looking sparse over there on my wall.
Let's see what you got left.
Let's see, the only thing, yeah, I need 41 more of those. We don't like the dog. What do you think about the majestic beard? Is that nice? A month-long 5 o'clock shadow, but my wife loves it. She loves it. She loves to rub it. Sadly, she don't like what tries to happen after she rubs it, but you know. I know that laugh's not making fun of my beard. Gun doesn't really do a whole lot of damage. It's adequate, but not great. 10 kills rapidly. We'll have go. I will say that I do like that better than BO6. It literally takes no time to get a gun to gold in this. We'll have it gold probably in less than an hour.
That's me going easy on you.
Trying to focus on that bear. There he is. Alright, now we can focus on the clutch. See, at this level, it's about impossible. 10 out of 15. Yeah, it is super easy, Warhawk. I've got gold on like, this will be the 5th AR, I think. So I've got one more. A Millwall Woolly. I'm assuming that's a woolly hat. Oh, that'd be cool. We call those toboggans here in the Freelands. Sent you a DM, Grumpy? Yes, sir. And thank you, Frank, for the thumbnail. See, Frank, I used your cool neon thumbnail thing. All you got to do is grow hair and she rubs. I got an idea for you. Yeah, but then she rubs it. I get all excited and she just, yeah. Then she pretends like she didn't rub it. She doesn't realize that a genie pops out when she rubs it. Then it's up to me to take care of the genie. But yeah, literally in what? 48 minutes, we're up to being able to do goals. I'll be fair with you. I don't know that. See, it says 0 out of 15 times. Surely to God I had to get that once. You would think. Alright, we're going to save and quit this. Because I can come back again and finish up. Oh, is called a Dutt. Interesting. It's a Pack-a-Punch camo. It's just a Pack-a-Punch camo that I unlocked. What's up, Chunk? Come here. Come here. Oh. This is the big boy. This is Chunk. Say hello, Chunk. Chunk is a monster. But he's as calm as the underside of the pillow. He just, whatever. He don't care. He just wants to be held and loved, huh? But he is as big as a horse, aren't you? Huh? I'm pretty sure he's asthmatic because he breathes like he's dying. Huh, boy? We've tried cutting their toenails now. That's a treat. It was like a record high for this day of the year here today. It was like 78 degrees. Long Johns, oh Frank, I love my Long Johns. Huh, Chunk. And there's Little Bit. Little Bit won't let me pick her up, but she's got to where she lets me pet her now. Minnie's fixing to get pissed off because she's over here. Imagine having a head like this walking out in the cold weather, Frank. See, even my hair don't grow on my head. It's crazy. Snow here. I love snow. I do love snow. I hate the stupid people that drive around in it sometimes, but I love snow. Yeah. I was telling them, Hoppa, we had like 30 minutes of nice lobbies last night, and then, ooh, I love it, Scott. Thank you. That is awesome. We're going to save it. We're going to put it in desktop, animations. We're going to call it PO7 Grumpy. That is super cool, Scott. Thank you. Zombies thumbnail. I like that. I like it a lot. Thank you. Amazing how you didn't get the beard though, Scott. You didn't get the beard. You have Long Johns on. We just turned the heat up here. I have so many pairs of Long Johns. It's like, yeah, swimming. I have Under Armour base layer 2.0, and they are the greatest Long Johns in the history of the world. I also have some kind of they're called Ice Armor Long Johns. They're really good too. That thumbnail is super peak. Let's see. All right, Frank, I'm going to try this because let's see. Did that work, Frank? I can't tell. That's the picture Scott just made me. Him and Hoppa are talented. I can't do that stuff. Did that work? What's up, TH? Were y'all able to see the thumbnail that Scott made? I think I did that right. Live screen share. It did show up? Good. Because Frank told me to be careful because I'm stupid and old, and oftentimes I have no idea what I'm sharing. I was going to share with you my presentation, but I had my name and phone number and all that stuff. Frank was like, might not be a good idea. But yeah, so you can see on that gun, the DS20, no double EXP, no nothing. And we were able to go from level 4 to level 19. And now we can put all kinds of stuff on it. Monolithic suppressor. We can put a barrel. Get some more damage range, an under barrel. We still got, it must be in the 40s, yeah, 40. Aim and idle sway. 40 round mag. Recoil springs. And we can put a camo on it. I don't know why it didn't give me any of those. I really like that camo. Those camos are fire. The gold camo's fire. That one's really cool. That one's meh, it's alright. That one's smoking cool though. Smoking cool, I like the infestation camo. I'm getting all my guns to gold and then I'll go up to it. All these stupid sight reticles you've unlocked, it's just meh. I hadn't paid any attention to any of this stuff. This is the first time looking at me. We do got the Monster Energy decal, that's pretty cool. Can't stay long, yeah, I'm kind of jealous, TH. You got to hover around the Mercedes 500 SL yesterday. Those are dope rides. Dope. Those are super cool. I'd have had to take it for a little drive. Even if it was just around my neighborhood, I'd have had to. My dream car though is a luxury Audi. Like in the Transporter movie, the first one, I loved that car. That car was dope. I want a big luxury car. I could live with the Mercedes. The old BMWs were super dope too. I like those. Buffing it out today. Did the interior yesterday. Yeah, I would blow it out today. I would take it on the interstate and just give it all she had. All my cars need cleaning. It's embarrassing. My poor truck is black from where leaves have fell on it, and I just hadn't had time to clean it. The inside stays really nice because it never gets driven. 2019, and the other day I went in and it had 48,000 miles on it. My boat's got more hours being driven than my truck has, I believe. My wife took the family car and cleaned it the other day for some reason. I don't know why. So what else y'all want to hear about? Like I said, the New Jersey. The reverse camera kind of messes with me, which the pink is cool. The pink is super cool. That's, yeah, I would imagine Mercedes for their price better have great paint. I'd like the old Jeeps that oxidized and fell off. My dad had one of those. Still got it, an 88 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Still got it. Loves that car. Loves it. Loves it. People want to buy it all the time because it's got that Vortex V6 that they only made one year. I don't know what's for dinner tonight. My wife's not home. She's going to spin class tonight. Yeah, I get bored of it too, Newport, but I was just showing y'all how quick, literally less than 45 minutes, you can get all the way up to gold camo. It'd take me like 10 minutes to go in and finish gold. I don't know what's for dinner. She hasn't said, and I didn't look and see what was in the fridge. She made tomato basil soup last night. She made tons of tomato basil soup, but I don't eat tomatoes. The tomato basil soup's, If I got grilled cheese, I'll dunk the grilled cheese in it, and I can stomach it like that because the grilled cheese kind of cuts out the taste. But of all people, she came to me and she said, will you try a bite of this soup and see what it needs? So me, being the great loving husband that I am, took a sip of her soup and I was like, it needs sugar. So to my surprise, she actually added sugar and then made me taste it again, and it was perfect. It was good. Yeah, my dad loves his. It's an 88. It's got 130,000 miles on it, is all for an 88. It's got that Vortex V6 in four-wheel drive, that somebody will literally climb a tree. It goes anywhere in the snow, anywhere. I would say better than my pickup truck because the weight distribution is better over all four wheels. They're flying home December the 17th, I think. They're flying home to spend Christmas. My mom and dad up here. My dad hates flying. My dad can barely move, so now it's like, I wonder how he's going to do with that. He's excited. They got a limousine to drive them from their condo to the airport and drop them off at the airport so they won't have to drive, which is a good thing, into Jacksonville. Yeah, she did let me have it. It wasn't like I got a spoonful of it. She just added it in there. But it did. It took away some of the acidity of it. It was really good. It is good. If I like tomatoes, I'm sure I would love it. And she let me have Reese's Cups the other night because I bought a box of Reese's Cups for my granddaughter, so she let me have a Reese's Cup. But yeah, so they hired a limo to take them to the airport and pick them back up from the airport. We just have to drive to the airport up here and pick them up. So that'll be good to have them here for Christmas. I had to go up to their house the other day, and they got new gas logs for their fireplace. And I was like, man, those are super cool. I've got gas logs in my fireplace, and they're almost 30 years old now. So I was talking to the dude, and I think 30 years ago, those gas logs, including installation, cost me like $340, I think me and my wife said. But I was asking the guy, I was like, what's a set of gas logs like that cost you nowadays if I was interested in putting new ones in my house? Because mine are the old, they're not heavy logs. They're like that styrofoam stuff, and they only made it for a few years, and then if it got cracks or was broken or anything, they became really dangerous because then they could spark and stuff. So I've been wanting to change them out. A new set of gas logs nowadays, the size that I have with installation, over $2,000. And I was like, holy cow, we don't use them but 2 or 3 times a year. I watched part of it, Newport. I did watch part of it. Yeah, remember? Because you were trying to figure out how to get out of that room. And I told you to follow the electrical wires. It's long. Me and Vortex did it in one night, and it took us a little over 6 hours to complete. It does last a long time. But once you do it and you open up Endgame, have you done Endgame? Endgame's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I just got for sharing a post that lady lost her job for spanking her child. That's because discipline has took a turn for the worse, I believe. Sitting in the corner, I don't think does anything to you. You can speed run at Newport, you can run straight through some of the soldiers to the things you need to do without killing them, and speed run it a little bit. And Vortex is a lot smarter than me, so the puzzles took like seconds to solve for him. I was struggling with them. Double standards, buddy. That's what the world is all about now. Double standards. Best case scenario, best example of it anymore is the Epstein files. Both parties have had them for years and nobody wants to share them. But yet each party calls the other out for not sharing it. It's crazy. Everything's a double standard now. It's just the way the world is. I never really cared about the campaign much. I always completed them just but with the thank you, TH. Yeah, if you hadn't hit the like, hit the like. I'm not going to pretend like it's going to distribute my algorithm. I mean, I'm only live every few days, every few weeks. days, blah, weeks. But yeah, the end game's pretty cool. You need to get, as you level up your guns and get them purple and finally gold, you need to go into the zone 4 and fight the boss. Then you get a skin and a blueprint weapon for it. In your case, Hop, I would say just delete it and gain access. I don't like to be a conformist, and I don't want everybody to be a conformist, but I know for you that's a pretty important part of your niche, and I think it's, if I were you, I'd just delete it and move on. Yeah, you can go in though. Now you can go in and just do the in-game Newport, and it's missions. Blue missions are more valuable than green missions. Treyarch tweeted out that on the 21st of this month, they're opening up in-game for everyone to play. Oh, really? Didn't know that. Yeah, I know, but see, unlike most people, you make money off Twitter, and Twitter leads people to your channel, and etc. Bing, bada, boom. So, in the long run, you can't. What do they say? Don't bite your nose to spite your face. Yeah, it gets more exciting the higher zones you go up Newport. It gets harder, but at least it's a chance to see what the Warzone map's going to look like. 2 hours ago. I wonder, Warhawk, if you'll be able to get the blueprint guns for it and the operator camos and stuff. I wonder if that'll only be available right now. There's no such thing as free speech anymore. Let's not be crazy. I can stand behind that. If you appealed it, I stand behind that. But there's no free speech anymore. That doesn't exist. What's up, Cammy? How are you, buddy? How's work? How's the new job? I know you said boring, but hey, at least it fills your day. Yeah, free speech is a thing of the past. There is you have the right to free speech, but then you get condemned for it. So you get punished. But I hope you're doing good, Cammy. I hope the job's going exceptionally well. Hey, just think of it now as a resume filler. Even if you don't like it, it's more experience to put on your resume for the next job. Rustler's double cheeseburger. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll have tonight's cheeseburgers. No worries, TH. I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out very much. I appreciate it. You enjoy your time with that car. Got to play Roblox all day with a sick kid. I'm sorry Tessa was sick. I've never been on Roblox though. Never. I'm not sure, but I'm level sure I missed you can get exotic guns dropping from normal contracts. Oh really? I'm not level 60 yet. I haven't played it since that one night we went in. Got to take Vortex back in because he missed the bus the other day and lost all his stuff. So we got to get him back in there. What do you think about the beard, Cammy? Think it's sexy? Should I be like Hoppa and charge $2,500 to shave it off? I'm thinking I would charge like $7 to get a razor because this is going to come off with just a regular razor. Stay home once a week. We were all guilty of that, Newport. My belly hurts. I want to stay home from school. It worked a couple times, and then, your parents catch on to it, and they're like, no, you're not sick. Get your ass up. You're going to school. Yeah. So a van picks you up from work and takes you home. That's pretty nice. That is pretty nice. Surprised the cat doesn't lick it off. No, it's true. It is true. It's embarrassing though. That's a month of growth. Look at that. A month. A month of growth, and maybe the longest hair on here, if I have like a, one of them flyer hairs, is maybe 3/4 of an inch long. Maybe. And it itches all the time. I don't see how y'all do it with the beards. My headphones right now have me itching so bad, like right there. Public transport. We have public transport here. It's pretty fire. My brother-in-law took it a couple of times to his physical therapy appointments when I was busy with other stuff. But here you have to call and make an appointment to take it. Maybe I'm a short-haired human. I feel that. My son literally, genetics is a funny thing. He can grow this much in a day. In a day. Literally a day. I don't know how. I guess he got that from his approximate review date, 12/20. Maybe they'll get to it before that. Maybe they'll get to it before that. Hey, I will show you something. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. 2 seconds. Oh, sorry, I don't even put the be right back screen. So, I like my son-in-law pretty good. So I found this super cool Christmas present. He really likes Metallica. I can't get behind that, but he really likes Metallica. So I got him this mug that's got all the cassette things from their things on a coffee mug for Christmas. Pretty cool. You can, from the company, you can get anything you want. All right, Cammy. Yeah, you can get anything you want, from disco to heavy metal. It's pretty sweet. I saw that and I was like, man, I got to get that for him. Yeah, I forget the name of the company. Yeah, I got the biggest mug they had. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty neat idea. I was like, oh, cool. So yeah, but they had like 8 pages of different mugs you can get. Like if you like disco, it has all these disco albums on it. If your favorite band's the Beatles, it had one for the Beatles, and I mean just hundreds of them. So yeah, I saw it on Facebook of all places, because it's Christmas time, so half your Facebook feed or your Twitter feed is ads now. So yeah, I was like, huh, what do you get people that have everything? And so I was like, the mug be nice. Put it in his stocking, along with some underwear and socks, because they're that age now. Yeah, so yeah, I thought that was a pretty neat thing. Then my granddaughter, she brings me home a letter to Santa every day with new and improved things on it. And we have to watch YouTube, and she stops it when she gets to a toy she wants. Calls me in and says, Pop, I want this for Christmas. So now I've got a closet full of Christmas presents that we've already bought because I can't remember them. Now she wants some kind of, I don't even remember what it's called. I had a hard time finding it. It has a magic wand, and when you tap different places with the magic wand, it does different things. Some kind of unicorn, rabbit-looking thing. I don't know. She got home today, and we were just turning it on so she could watch it. And her dad got here, so she didn't get to watch it. She was pretty pissed off. So yeah, but that's it. That's about all that's been going on with me. I'm sure Hoppa's probably going to go live tonight, so I'll be there for that. But I just want to show you like 45 minutes. We got that left, and all the camos up until gold, which for some reason I just don't think some of those golds weren't tracking. But now, tomorrow, I can enter Prestige 2, as you can see, with double XP and get through that in about a day and a half, maybe. But yeah, I'm going to be around Hoppa's stream tonight. I'm sure Bird Dog, I haven't seen Bird Dog on. Maybe we'll run some games. We hadn't played Warzone in a while. Be nice to have your gun do everything for you where you don't have to do anything. But I don't know. I'm kind of satisfied with the BO7. The multiplayers, as you learn aim better, it plays better. I'm kind of disappointed with the SMGs. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think any of the Hoppa likes the Dravik. I just can't multiplayer. It just doesn't seem that good to me. But different play styles, I guess. CDL, I saw where they were already talking about GA and the M15. They were all running that gun I was just leveling up, that DMS 20 yesterday. Can't wait till the A-Nerf comes to Warzone. Yeah, the SMGs are weak. They're weak. It would probably be better if some of the maps were, you don't really have that close of engagement fights. It seems like most of the fights are range, and a lot of the maps are pretty open, so SMG really doesn't work as well as it did on other days. Probably they just dyed their hair so they could stay on. But I like the multiplayer so far. I think the Warzone and Resurge is going to be interested. Yeah, you're right. The recoil on it's just funny. It's just weird. But I haven't messed with it that much. I watched Brawless last night, and he was rolling around with the, what was he rolling with? He was rolling the Razor. The Razor looked pretty good. I'll be interested to see if they do buff it, Warhawk. I'll be extremely interested to see if they do buff it. I don't mind it now that I've had more time with the guns, and I've the guns I'm running with, I know the recoil patterns, so it makes it easier to shoot straight. But some people just shoot really straight, and I don't understand that. Why we level up snipers and shots. Snipers, I just can't get into the snipers. Looking at the in-game map, snipers, there's a lot of open space that snipers are going to have a huge advantage in. Shotties, I haven't even used a shotty yet in any of the modes, none of them. Zombies, multiplayer, nothing. I haven't even used a shotgun yet. It's you're probably right. We probably do need to level up snipers and shotguns. I think, like I said, Brawless was running around with that Razor SMG last night. In close range, it's going to be pretty good. It's got a really fast rate of fire. Plus, you can move around with it pretty good. It didn't have a lot of oomph at range, any range, but like he had a hipfire build. It was pretty dang good. It was really good for a hipfire build. Kind of remind him running around with it, kind of the fire rate of the Veil 46. and the Vel 46 hipfire build, it was kind of resemblance of that. Like, you didn't miss with hipfire. Then when you went to ADS, yeah, that's what everybody's running in multiplayer now, is the triple burst AR. Vortex was using it last night, trying to get it leveled up. Ah, you're right, Nick Knack. You're right. There wasn't a huge fall off from assault rifles to SMGs at range. Just took a few more bullets pretty much, and they basically stayed on target like ARs. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, but the SMGs are just so bad in this game. So bad. Like, you can't compete. There's no maps. I saw Nuketown 24/7 came out today, and maybe that's viable for SMGs because you can get around the map, but most of the maps here, there's no small confined spaces to fight in. Something like Cortex, if you're in that red room with the big things, probably. But other than that, it's just, they're just not viable. Be interesting to see when the CDL's got the kickoff tournament this weekend. What, 16 teams, 12 CDL teams and 4 challengers teams. So it'll be interesting to see what everybody's running. If they do run the M15 or they run the DS20, and if they're all running the Dravic or something else. I haven't seen any more SMGs being used. I feel like the one which looks like... Yeah, I saw that. I haven't even got to that. Like I said, I used the Dravic and that's about it. I'm going to start leveling up SMGs once I finish this 6th assault rifle. Yeah, I don't even think any of my SMGs are 15, 3, 4, the Dravix Max, the carbon ones, and the MPC. But the Razor, I don't know what you can... Magazine wise, you can get a 50 round mag. That gun looked pretty good last night, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't even seen anybody run this gun. That just looks like the Tech 9 or the, what was that gun we had in MW3? I can't remember. SOG. The SOG. 50 round overload drum. But look how much your ADS speed goes down. It's crazy. How big is that gun for that character? I noticed, yeah, some of the guns looked outlandishly large like that one. Yeah. The scaling is weird. Who you rooting good? Optic. 100% Optic. I watched Optic scrim yesterday. They scrimmed the Seattle Surge, Vancouver Surge, and beat them 6-0, and then they scrimmed, who they scrim? Somebody else and beat them 5-0. Oh, the Gentlemates. And they beat them 5-1. It was all hard point matches. Then I watched them scrim somebody in S&D for a little while today. And Optic right now, with the movement, I mean, you figure they've got Hook and Shotzi, who are movement gods. And Hook seems to have a pretty good grasp on the aim. His aim is spot on. Then you got Dashy, whose aim is just unreal. They're going to be tough to beat. Of course, Mercules is just that guy. They're going to be tough to beat. Not saying they'll be unbeatable, but if they play like they've been playing, they're dirty nasty. They played Surge, and I don't know that Surge broke in 6 maps. Surge broke 100 like twice. It was like 250 to 90, 250 to 101, 250 to like 130. After the Gentlemates, when they played the Gentlemates, Optic won the first map, and then Gentlemates won the second map, and then Optic just destroyed them. And Gentlemates are pretty good. Neptune, Booza maybe. I can't remember 100%, but they were pretty good. They got a pretty good roster. Um, I'll be fair with you, it's going to come down to the guys like Dashy, Scrap. Your ARs are going to be, if they can, because the maps are AR based, I think. They're all AR based. But yeah, they were all playing in the maps yesterday. They were all playing with the DS20. They started the first map or two with the M15, and then they all, it's probably going to get GA'd in the CDL because it's too good. It's basically a SMG AR, much like the M4. It's too good. So they were trying out different guns. I don't know why they haven't added Nuketown into private matches yet. I haven't even been into a private match, Knick-Knack. Today is the first day of it, so probably give it until the next update and then they'll probably add it in. Their devs need to go to AI school, probably. But, you know, AI is AI now. Why pay somebody to do the work when you can literally type it in? It's cheaper. It's a business decision. Does it make it good? No. But if you can increase profits by using AI and paying one person for 40 hours of work instead of 4 people for 40 hours each, then, you know, plus, let's be fair, we're old. So we don't like AI. We like old school stuff. But kids today are growing up with AI, so they're, you know, for them it's nothing new. They probably appreciate the AI more so than we graybeards do. But yeah, I don't know why they haven't Knick-Knack. I would assume probably at the next update it'll probably be available in the private matches. But I haven't even opened up the private match. I know I've messed around with builds on guns infinitely, trying to find something. I've got a pretty good M15 build now that's competitive, at least for me. I've finally got my KD up. Because some people get worried about KD. But somebody told me mine was finally like a 1.26. But so far I'm enjoying it. Like I said, the zombies is mid, but you figure we're going to get a lot more content. This is just the content it dropped with. I appreciate the fact that the camo grind in zombies isn't 2.5 hours long. You can get it done in less than an hour. The in-game I think has potential. I enjoy seeing the big map. It's I think it has potential. I really enjoyed MWZ, so I'm a fan of it. I don't think it's the greatest thing ever, but I think if they put some time and effort into making it better each season, that it'll be good. It does feel weird at times, Knick-Knack. I 100% agree with that. It does feel weird at times. AI's future. Yeah, AI is the future. It is the future. I mean, us being older, we don't like it near as much as a old school design map, but it is the future. And there's some not everybody can go into AI the first day and do well with it. There's a learning curve for it as well. Like I can go into AI, you and Scott make these amazing thumbnails. Frank does cool stuff with AI. And me, I get stick figures. Yeah, definitely be down to run the Easter egg sometime. Warhawk, definitely be down to run the Easter egg. I haven't even, like I said, me and Vortex been on the map one time. People do get lackadaisical with it, but people get lackadaisical with everything. I mean, that's just, people are lazy now. Yeah, exactly, Hoppa. And you know, Activision is a company, it's a business. So you're a one-man team. They can design things with maybe not a one-man team, but instead of taking 8 guys to design however many maps we got, they can cut back and use 3 or 4 guys. So they're saving 50% right off the rip. And kids now are used to it. They don't know what old school maps look like, so they think when they see, raid that's been regenerated, raid map that's been regenerated by AI, that it's the greatest thing in the world. And certain parts of it are better, like the coloration, the color saturation is better for old school maps. I saw where Standoff is coming back. I love Standoff. I'll be interested to see what they do with Standoff. But you think about the older days when you played, and I've seen pictures. I didn't really play a lot. A lot of the maps were just gray, brown, and drab. And that's not what kids today want. They want bright and colorful. Yeah, Scott, but exactly. That's why you can do so much with it. You all can do so much with it, and I tell it to create a AI generated app to make something that looks like me, and I get a stick figure with a big head and glasses. Yeah, and that's the caveat, Scott, is creativity. Not everybody is creative. Not everybody has that ability. And there are abilities that we don't have that maybe a creative person has that don't show up in our work. But I think, like I said, I think sadly AI is definitely the way of the future. I think it's sad because you see AI used to teach your kids in school. And I don't think that's a good trend. I think that's a pretty piss poor trend. If you see my chats today, I lose it. But you got to remember, Scott, AI's learning too. It's always learning. So the more you put into it, the more it's going to learn, and the more times you go back to it, it's learning what you want exactly, and it will pretty soon it will have its instead of 6 bubbles going around, it'll have 6 bubbles that connect and make one bubble in the center, and your stuff will be instantaneous instead of having to prompt it with 3 pages of prompts. No, AI is not always right. AI is just it's Google. You ask it something and it goes in and asks Google and any other database storage, help me with this. It just does it much faster than we can. AI is not a bad thing. Yeah, I feel that. But it learns. It learns. I mean, you figure with what you created for me with that thumbnail just a minute ago, it learned now when you go in and say grumpy old man, it knows that, hey, this is what we used for grumpy old man last time, so you don't have to do that again. You're on safe money there. A lot of it, it gets fed, its output is learning. Yes and no. Toothless, quit chewing the cords. Get out from under there. Get over here. Yes and no. It's learning. You have to think more so than Down syndrome, a child. Teaching a child. It's growing. It's aging. It's learning. I don't know that I would quantify it as syndrome. Like I said, it's growing. It's learning. It's adapting. Definitely, Scott. Like I said, people are lazy. Let's just throw it in here and see what it pops out. Whatever it pops out with is going to be good. People are acceptant of lower standards, and talking about businesses being profitable. If you're going to pay for AI generation, you're lowering your standards anyway. So, but society's lowered its standards. I asked if it's interested in taking over the world, what it would do with humans. I think my personal opinion is AI is nothing without humans. It has to learn from somewhere. and we are the ultimate database. I don't think AI could rule the world. I don't think AI could rule the world. I really don't. I think no matter what, we're always going to be the alpha predators. Humans are. What's your point, Frank? Activision, or too much on the plate for the people that are working to develop guns and skins and camos and maps and calling cards and the little things that show up beside your name. There are no real artists. Art stuff is learned from exactly, Frank. Exactly. Yeah. Yes, WALL-E is awesome. I like that movie. I liked WALL-E. I did. I liked that movie. See if my wife wants. But I don't think AI can take over the world. I don't think that AI can take over the world. I think that we still have ultimate control. We may become so dumb and lazy and sorry, that's my sister. So dumb and lazy and incapable that I could see something like that. But I still think there are enough people in society today and every day being born and growing up, and even adults that are smart enough and have enough gumption to keep society like it is. Even I think a coexistence between it and AI. Google's quantum PC could, Grumpy. It could shut down finance. It could shut down finance for a period of time. I think we've already seen that in certain aspects. But how long did it take them to get it back up? A couple hours. So I think, with anything you build, I don't think AI is capable of teaching itself how to override the parameters that are given to it by the code developers, etc. I'm really stupid about all this stuff, and I just go off what I see and read and hear. But I really don't think AI is so advanced that I don't think AI is smarter than the smartest people we have here. How's that? I really don't. And programs for Quantum PC didn't just poof appear out of thin air. Somebody had to build it. Somebody had to program it originally. I mean, it wasn't just dropped off as a gift for Santa. So I mean, we still have people that are intelligent enough, smart enough, bright enough to develop those things. So I think ultimately they would have autonomous control. Should AI will deceive humans to save itself? I think if people are that dumb knick-knack that they can be deceived by a machine, then that's a reflection of us rather than AI. We have to be smarter than that. Here, I watched American Nerd on the Atlas 3 NASA line. I think AI makes things harder to, like my dad's 81 years old, and he'll see AI generated news articles about, whatever, Trump grows horns out of his head and now looks like the devil. And my dad will believe that because it's posted on Facebook with from a news source. Um, and that's a little outlandish, don't get me wrong, my dad's not that dumb. But some people have a hard time disseminating between fact and fiction. But that, like, again, as I said, that's more a reflection on us than it is AI. Somebody's telling AI to do that. What's up, Rory? NVIDIA is working on combining quantum computing. It's getting closer to Skynet every day. But let's be fair. And what's up, Rory? I'm glad to have you here. It's good to see you. If I missed you before, I'm sorry. How do you defeat? Let's say that Skynet is closer every day. I don't disagree with that statement. I think that that statement is true. So how do you defeat it? How do you defeat it? AI is space. AI is space. It can't really control everything. It can't really control anything because in theory, AI is a ghost. There's nothing whole that you can touch or feel. So how do you defeat it? It's pull the plug. That's it. You know, there's not going to be any Terminator coming to force you not to pull the plug or save the world. All you have to do is unplug it. Is that going to create problems? Of course it'll create problems. It's going to create problems, but at the end of the day, you just pull the plug. Yeah. I think, again, I think that is what makes AI so tough. Is it's hard to differentiate what is AI and what's realistic now. We've made AI that good, and we've dumbed down society so much that they are very what's the word I'm looking for? As much as we've taught AI, we have taught the human society to rely on certain things. AI is easy to defeat. EMP, it is true. Like I said, does it cause problems if we have to do something like that? Sure, it does. It does, but I think we recover from it pretty quickly. Solar flares, yeah. Bitcoin, solar flares take down radio stations. Solar flares are a nuisance. A nuisance. What happens when it gets conscious of some sort, if that's possible? I don't think it can have a conscience. I really don't. I don't think you can program AI with emotions. It can't. Like I said, there's nothing there to touch, feel. So it can't know love. It can't know sadness. It can't. You know, it's kind of like an old movie, War Games. If you've ever watched War Games with Matthew Broderick years ago, the way they defeated the AI back then was it didn't know how to lose, and so when they finally beat it in chess, it didn't know how to process, and then it learned how to process. I think the worry is it learns too much. It thinks it's alive, makes friends. I think we can control that, Warhawk. I think we have the ability. Like I said, it can only learn what we tell it. There's no outside influence except what we give it. We are the influence to AI. We teach it. Every time Scott or Hapa goes in and puts something into creating a thumbnail or their catchphrase or description of their YouTube, they're giving it information. So I think it learns from us, and I think it will always learn from us. I don't think it will have the ability to self-teach. It's out there to self-teach. if you believe in aliens, then maybe, you know, their AI and our AI get together, but that's far-fetched in my opinion. The question is how fast they learn. What's it actually doing? It does rapidly evolve. Yeah, War Games was a great movie. Yeah, I think, like I said, I think it becomes more of a nuisance if anything like that happens, but I still think that ultimately we're in control. We're in control, and we'll always be in control, no matter what we create. I mean, sci-fi is great, and I'm not going to say it's not, but if we're looking at something like that, we're looking at thousands of years down the road. It does have free will to travel throughout those networks, probably to our homes, but still, what's it getting? It's getting what we have, what we tell it, what we share with it. Like I said, there's no third party out there teaching it stuff behind our backs. At least I don't think so. Some of you may believe it, you know, like the Stonehenge was dropped by aliens to whatever. But it's still, there's no third party intervening, in my opinion, that's going to teach it things that we're not already telling it. What if it got into the internet as friends started to teach itself? But still, the internet's human-based, Warhawk. Movie plot, it's true. Class of 1999, cyborg teachers. So I'm not saying it's not smarter than all of us and process information a lot faster that it receives, but still, we're the party that's feeding it the information. Now, it may take that information and learn, if I combine the information from this man and this man and this man, then I can do this. But we also have people, humans, that can do the same thing. It does have the ability to learn itself. Like I said, it can take components from all and teach itself a component that you or I may not see, but we have smart people. They've seen those components. They put the puzzle together, in my opinion, because it's a puzzle. It's a puzzle. AI solves a puzzle maybe faster than the majority of the population, but there are still members of the population that can solve the puzzle as fast. There's some members of the population that don't even see it as a puzzle. To them, it's just, they look at it and it's routine. And you think, well, maybe it has to be geniuses, but no, it doesn't. It's just functions of the brain. Different people have brains that function different ways. You can look at geometry and go, my God, I can never do this. I can look at geometry and go, oh man, this is simple. Let's move on. The brain is, let's be fair. We're talking about AI and we don't even understand the brain. So how do we know that if we can harness all the brain's power and energy and all the components of the brain and use 100% of the brain, that we're still not smarter than AI? We touch what, like 10% of the brain's capacity? Free speech is big, yeah. Yeah, no one person teaches AI. AI just goes out and, AI is like another great movie. What was it? The Fifth Element, where she sits in front of the TV and the TV's just playing real fast and she's processing all that information and learning from the TV. There's been a few movies like that. That's what AI does. It's just capable of processing the information much faster than the rest of us. But there are people out there that can process that same information as quickly. You can't tell me there's not. And like I said, we use what, 10% of our brains. There's 90% of our brains that is wasted space that we have no idea how to use. And one day we'll figure out how we can tap into that other 90%, or even just another. Imagine if we had 10% more, if we were at 20% using our brain, how much smarter the world would be. Exactly, Nick Nack. We don't even understand how dreams work. We have people that try and interpret our dreams, but you know, why do you dream one day a month and not the other 364 days of the year? That place you can. That's scary, Scott. That is scary. The Lucy movie was awesome. Lucy was awesome. I liked Lucy. 99% of mine is like, I feel that, Newport. You can only dream before you fall asleep. Your brain never shuts. No, it never shuts down. It never shuts down. So imagine if you could tap into 100% of your brain, how quickly you could learn and process information and put together these puzzles that AI is putting together. And one day we will. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Yeah, we don't know a lot about a lot of things. We don't know a lot about a lot of things, and maybe AI is capable of learning about those things quicker than we are and putting together those puzzle pieces. But how much time and effort have we dedicated to, I mean, we have think tanks. You have Mensa, which is the Society for People with High IQs. How much time have we dedicated to learning faster than AI or learning on an equivalent level to AI? Probably little to none. Little to none. If we actually took the time, dedicated the time to learn like AI and do the things that AI is capable of, I think we would be capable of it. That's true, Newport. You do spend 1 year of your life just waiting in line. Yeah, most of our time here is wasted. You don't remember a lot of your dreams. That is true. But they say if you're dreaming and you're falling in your dream and you hit the ground in your dream, that you'll have a heart attack and die. The Mandela effect. I've read about the Mandela effect, Scott, but I'm not educated enough to really talk about it. The cornucopia used to be on the ads. Watching the Sinbad movie. The Sinbad movie was like the one with Sinbad where he played the genie, or Sinbad the pirate movie, Greek movie. We can't parse data fast enough. So, Nelson Mandela died in prison, yeah. Some people are capable of processing the data fast enough, Frank. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. But if we fully understood everything about the brain, then Scott brought up Down syndrome again and stuff. If we fully understood the power of the brain and how the brain works, then we could cure things like that. I truly believe that. I think that we could at least formulate a workaround with mental issues and syndromes and stuff with the brain. ADHD, instead of a medication, we could, hey, I don't know how it'd work. I'm not a neurologist, but I think if we fully understood the brain, then we could alleviate a lot of those things. He even rang his brother in Discord. Sinbad the movie, like the movie with Sinbad, it's still out there. You just have to, but that was a good movie. It had something to do with why it got taken down. Something about Sinbad, I believe. No, but Scott, there hasn't. It was just the four fruits. But in the advertisements back when it used to have a cornucopia. Nelson Mandela. Somebody brought that up to me one time, and it's true. You can't find it anywhere. It's very tough, but they did have a movie. I want to say that they took it down for some reason. I can't remember why. No, Newport. But I'm just saying, if we fully understood the brain and how the brain works, then much like heart disease, we could fix it without medication or I don't know. I think we're just so far behind with the brain that AI. I think of AI as a fully functioning 100% use of the brain. We're not there. I think if we were, there's a lot of stuff we could do. It's true whips, true. But you know, if you see these people speed reading all the time, and you wonder how the hell does he read that book and understand that? And it's a proven fact that if you read a page with 100 words on it, your brain only processes 10 words, and it generates all the information it needs from those 10 words. We don't fully read a book. Our brain processes words in it, and it comes up with the story. And I think there are, if you see speed readers, there are people that can do that. What about that guy that can learn a language in like 3 days? The one that goes and orders food in like the Icelandic, Tibetan language, the bird language. He learned all that stuff. No, Sinbad was a movie. He was a genie. He was in a genie movie. Sinbad actually had a movie. He wore the big bell slippers. Yeah. Very true. Very true. But yet they have the ability to process that, Frank. Their brain just works together different. Like I said, I think we're all capable of that, every single one of us. We just haven't figured out how to tap into that in every single one of us. Maybe it's the blue or red pill like on The Matrix. I don't know. Reading is hard. Reading is difficult for some people, Chucky. Forcing yourself to read is difficult. Some people don't get reading, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I used to love to read. But that's the way I learned because I'm old. You had to read everything. There wasn't you couldn't go out there and Google it or YouTube it or anything. You had to read, and that's why I enjoyed reading. That's the way I learned. Y'all are killing me with this now. Hold on a second. Now you. Y'all are killing me. Here. There you go. There you go. Dyslexia, I mean, yeah. I feel you. Hey, I've got a buddy that's daughter is a junior in high school. And they just now found out she was dyslexic. Just now. How come? Because she used programs like math programs to look up how to do her work, and then she would copy the process that she found on the programs, use them to write her papers. Nobody ever knew. And then she found out she was dyslexic as a junior in high school because she had to take her like ECs, and her ECs she like bombed out on, and kids like a straight A student, and so they did testing, and she was dyslexic. So now she has all these programs and stuff to help her with dyslexia. Dyslexia is wild. I was in college and I was in a statistics class, and one of the kids in our class was wicked smart, made like 100 on all the exams and stuff, and the teacher called on him in college and to do a problem on the board because the teacher couldn't believe that he was smart enough to ace his exams. So the kid had to really study because he was dyslexic, but nobody knew it, and the teacher called on him in class to work a problem. He couldn't put a problem on the board. He couldn't work the problem on the board because he couldn't read it because he was dyslexic, and the teacher called him out and called him a cheater, and the teacher wound up getting fired because he berated the kid in class. And the teacher had no idea he was dyslexic. The guy on my basketball team in college was dyslexic. He used to cheat off my paper, and he would basically make half of what I made because he saw the answers backwards. Dyslexia is tough. I can't imagine. I admire you for dealing with it. Dyslexia is tough. So we've got to move on from this Sinbad thing. Nick Nack, I forget, you're closer to my age, but Sinbad definitely played a genie in a movie. Definitely. My brain's not that bad. I want to say it's difficult to find because something, Sinbad got really sick. Really, 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 really sick. Yeah, dyslexia is tough. I know that, Warhawk. I know you too. It's tough. I admire people that deal with dyslexia on a daily basis. I mean, it's a tough thing. That is a tough thing. But like I said before, imagine that they could fix that 1, 2, 3 if we fully understand the brain and had the ability to. Maybe they say they know what it's caused from, but yeah. Bernstein Bears much. I remember the Bernstein Bears. I think AI does evolve. I think AI is learning fast, but I think we have the ability and are able to learn just as fast. So AI doesn't bother me. The world being took over by Skynet doesn't really worry me. I think, if anything, like my investments, say, they could wipe those out in a second. AI could wipe those out in a second. But there's always going to be a digital footprint that once the system comes back online, it's back there. Sinbad was hilarious. What's up, Gary? Why? What's up, Gary? I think we give it too much credit. What should amaze you more is that 40 years ago there were movies coming out like Terminator and stuff about AI before AI was a quote thing. That there were people out there that had the imagination to come up with this stuff that we're talking about today as being a possible reality. That to me is cooler than what AI is doing. How does that even work? How are those people seeing creatively into the future 40, 50 years ago? And now stuff like that's coming around. That scares me more than AI itself. The Simpsons, for instance, they predicted all these things. They did it out of comedy, and now it's coming to life. Oh yeah, I don't think stuff like that is out of the realm of realism, Warhawk. I really don't, but I think their applications are a lot different than what we contemplate they are. Like a Skynet now would be, a series of satellites that would deflects missiles or whatever from hitting the Earth. I do think that those are things, or to communicate to like Elon Musk's and Skylink, to send the internet or whatever, connect the world. Will Gibson's work. Yeah, it's true. I don't know if they had the ability to will it into existence, Frank, but I think, yeah, it's like people talk about, you know, Nostradamus predicted this. Nostradamus predicted thousands of things, and every now and then he gets one right, but yet we think he was a great prognosticator. Life imitating art. Very true, Warhawk and Frank. I don't think we have the ability to will it into existence. I think maybe people ran with the idea once they saw the movie. That's a possibility. Somebody said, "Hey, look, here's this thing that can control the skies, and we have these satellites. Let's build something." They did it in this movie. Why can't we do it in real life? Robots, AI controlled robots. Yes, I would almost assure you those exist. But let's be fair, there's no such thing as a ground war if any of the major powers go to war. There's no ground war. None whatsoever. Now, could AI be used in something like that? Potentially. But what one AI has to start the war, another has AI to counteract, I think. I guess you would call me an optimist rather than a pessimist. I don't see the sky falling. I think that there are always things in place to prevent the night sky from falling. Tells me that women in the Charlie Chan. Yeah. Maxwell Smart in the 70s had a shoe phone, remember? Yeah. Car phones in the 70s that had cords. Yeah. Like I said, different brains function different ways. Some people have that creative part of their brain that just is more well developed and used more than the rest of us. I agree with that, Frank. I agree with that. I do agree with that. You're not wrong there. Biowarfare is scarier than anything because you could literally do that without anybody knowing. Yeah, Warhawk, I agree. How do they think of stuff like that? How do people come up with things like that? She came for, that's my wife, just in case anybody's wondering. You want to show your beautiful face? Minnie hasn't been out. She's been sitting in a chair, yeah. She came for like 10 minutes and Josh was here. He had a bid at Western on the Moore building, so he just came. It's not my birthday. Oh, it's probably your... Oh, okay. I didn't hear the thing. Oh, I did, and I thought it was you. I didn't pay attention. See my beautiful wife? She's a hottie. Look, her hair matches my beard. Do you want to rub my beard? See, she's scared to rub my beard. She knows what happens when she rubs the beard. I don't know. Hoppa asked what we were having to eat. I didn't know. You want to order? You want to go Mexican? You sure? Oh, tomorrow. Miss Grumpy is good. Cyber one. Miss Grumpy is good. Warhawk and Frank said hello. I did Rory exactly where I was going. I just didn't want to bring it up. Huh? She's just been sitting here. Yeah, she's fine. Stand up. You need to see the height difference. Here, come here. Oh. I don't know if they can see. Yeah, you can see. little bit of a height difference. They have not ate. No. What she makes up for, and what she loses in height, she makes up for in spunk. Yeah, that was Miss Grumpy. She's pretty cool. I've let her stay with me all these years. But yeah, she's a little bitty thing. And I'm a big drink of water. That's literally a giant. When I played basketball, I was 6'6". Since then, my spine is compressed. I'm only 6'5" now. But she's barely 5 foot. So there's a huge difference. Thank you, Frank. Yeah, 6'5" now, Roya. My spine's compressed. I've lost an inch. I was 6'6" when I played ball in college. 6'5", as my dad used to say. Didn't know they stacked shit that high, but yeah. I don't have to look up to a whole lot of people, but there are some people. There's a couple guys in my town that I had to look up to. Yep. When we got here, after I graduated from college and stuff, we played men's league basketball, and we had a dude on our team that was 6'10". I bend over for her, Frank. I can literally get on my knees and kiss her. Literally. Yeah, we had a dude on our team that was 6'10". We had another dude on our team that was 6'8". And 6'8" guy was close to being eye to eye with. 6'10" guy had to look up to him. Yeah. Now, Minnie, you can't see her. She's down on the floor. But she's deciding she wants to go inside. She's going to go hiss. But, so my wife's in there making dinner. Tomorrow night we go eat Mexican. She said I want to take her tonight, but she said tomorrow night. But it's been fun hanging out with y'all. I showed you, maybe Warhawk learned something about the little green glowy things on Van Dorn Farms. Maybe I actually taught him something. He teaches me a lot in these things. So now you know what the tanks are for in the barn, and there's also a tank in the weapon thing, whatever you call it. What do you call it? Where you get the wonder weapons and shit. There's one in there so you can spray the little green things, and they drop salvage and money and guns and crystals and tools. Yep. You saw my pink jersey. Backwards camera really messes me up. The cool pink jersey, I do love pink. And we got to talk about AI, all kinds of stuff. But I'm going to go inside and eat dinner, and then I will see y'all in a little bit. I thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Much love to you. I will stream again. I won't wait near as long to stream again. Maybe we'll stream some, I don't know. We'll figure out something. The boat's going to get fixed next week, the trailer at least. So maybe my next stream will be with the mobile internet on the lake if it's not too cold. But yeah, I appreciate everybody hanging out. Much love, and I will catch y'all on the next one.